Hello YouTube, my name is Isabella. Welcome back to my channel. Hopefully you are being patient with me as I attempt to actually return. I keep half-assing coming back and not thrilled with it, but we're here to determine my first TBR for 2022. 2021 was interesting and it was my first year doing a TBR game. I didn't do it fully as consistently as I would like. I think in 1 month the wheel broke and I didn't have the energy to make a new one. December was a disaster. I technically made a TBR, but that blew up in my face. I think I read a total of 4 books off that TBR. So we're going to wipe the slate entirely clean and update one rule or one thing for 2022. As always, inspiration and stuff is linked down below. But in 2022, I am changing one thing, and it's going to be the amount of spins I do. I just realized with the amount of triples and stuff that I was getting, I was putting a lot of books on the TBR, which is fine, and mostly I get to them, but I would like a little bit of wiggle room. This is supposed to be for fun. This is not supposed to stress me out. I know I technically have a punishment jar and stuff, but I don't know. This is meant to be fun and help a very indecisive individual, me, pick some books to read, but I would like some wiggle room. Sometimes read-alongs pop up in book clubs, and I don't know that until after my TBR has been filmed and it's been set with 12 books, and that's basically all I'll read in a month anyway. So we're going from 7 to 5 spins. I think 5 is okay. If it also becomes a little bit too much, I will go down to 4. That's what I was initially thinking, but 5 just seems like a better number. I will still track triples, and when eventually I hit it, I will add an extra spin just for some fun. I also love the idea of 5 spins because that's going to make these TBRs shorter, because God, did they take a long time to film, edit, and then watch. So I'm excited for the new year. I'm very excited to be returning today, the day I'm filming. I think this is the first video you're seeing, but the day I'm filming today, I'm trying to film like 4 videos, and I'm excited to do all my best worst of the year and kind of reflect and just also look forward to moving into 2022, because 2021 was rough. So I'm just going to stick them all on and then I'll give you a tour throughout the board. I've done my picks, starting with red. I have series continuation, book club for orange, cover by for yellow, 5-star prediction for green, middle grade light blue, adult dark blue, purple will be queer, and the pink one, the final one I did, was Goodreads Scroll, which makes me nervous and I don't want it. I honestly don't have any idea what I want to read this month. This is why I absolutely love having a TBR game, because it helps me pick. Spin number 1 of 2022. Also, I know sometimes the angle comes out weird. I promise I'm never cheating. The first thing I got was series continuation, which I actually really like. So my first prompt was series continuation, and I am picking a finale because that's one of my biggest goals this year, is to complete series. I know I also haven't posted my goals video. It's in the works. But definitely that is one of the biggest goals of this year, is to complete out series, and I am looking forward to reading this finale. And that's Wrath by John Gwynne. I'm mildly irritated I wasn't able to complete it all in 1 calendar year, because I started it sometime in 2021 and I read all of them except for the last one, but this is the 4th and final book in the Fateful and the Fallen series. Had quite a popular boost on BookTube in the past year or so. Very classic fantasy elements, a battle between good and evil and the champions of good and evil. And where the last book off, my heart was breaking, and I needed to know what was going to happen, but couldn't muster up the energy to actually take a crack at this nearing the end of the year. So I'm very excited that this is my first pick. I actually think I'm going to be pulling the old prompts just for the same thing, because again, spins are so low and duplicating is never fun. But pick 2, contemporary. I do not want a contemporary. Spin number 2. This is really difficult to see. I hope you can see, but it is yellow for cover by. My next prompt is cover by, and I don't buy books simply for the covers, but this next book, the one I ended up choosing, I purchased it on a whim, literally on the last day of the year. Didn't even know if I was going to include it in like my 2021 purchases or move it to 2022, because literally it was a last minute decision and on a whim because Indigo was having a sale. So I ended up picking Ace of Spades up entirely on a whim by Faride Abike Ayamide. But this, to be honest, don't really know too much about, other than there have been people absolutely raving about it for a YA, I think, dark academia slash like thriller. This is definitely out of my wheelhouse, not something I read. It follows two teenagers who I think were just made prefects at their like very elite school, which starts to be great, but then some anonymous messages I think threatened to upset that, and this is a like suspenseful, possible dark academia ish story, very much out of my wheelhouse, but I'm interested to give it a try. I'm excited to have literally just purchased it and then go and read it. That is a novel concept, but I'm excited to give it a shot. Hopefully it lives up. The next pick will be novella. Nice and quick. Could tell you I didn't want to read a contemporary this month, but what are we gonna do? I guess I'm reading a contemporary. I then went and spun contemporary, and I also did not want contemporary fiction, even though I kind of picked a contemporary book outside of that. I'm a mess. My brain has decided to not make anything easy. I ended up picking one of the books I've been putting off for a long time, and that's Sing Unburied, Sing, Geez, Dust, by Jesmyn Ward. I know this is a generational tale, and it goes back from past and present, but I'm choosing the past or present as the contemporary elements. I did not want to read any young adult contemporaries, and all the adult contemporaries also were not singing to me. Unintentional pun. This is one of my to read lists of this year, and I don't know what it's about. I'm excited to give it a shot. I also love the idea that this is under 300 pages. That's calling to me in my brain currently. So glad to be checking something off a list. Again, I know I haven't posted that video either. I'm trying, but this is on my top 10 to read, and I might as well get cracking on it. I'm not gonna lie, I would be incredibly annoyed if I spun 3 reds on my first go when I've limited the amount of spins. I would be very irritated. But anyway, questionable. I don't think I want this either, but this just means a book that I am very unsure of, or yeah, just not sure I'm gonna like. And spin, that sucked. Hold on, go back. Okay, spin 4. That also sucked. I don't want it. Oh boy. Sucky spin, sucky pick. Goodreads scroll. Yikes. The next spin is making me incredibly anxious because it was a Goodreads scroll, and that literally just means I'm scrolling through Goodreads until I find a book that I have access to, hopefully actually on the TBR or my Kindle. Anything else is a no-go. Brewster, no. And we're recording. Okay. I'm sure I'm going to see a bunch of people setting their reading goals. But anyway, let's see. Daisy Jones and the Six. Read it. Princess Bride. Nope. Ooh, I want to read The Inheritance of Arcadia Divina, but don't own it. Oh, that's so funny. Starla just rated Ace of Spades, which I put on there, so it would have been on my TBR anyway. That's so funny. Also, I'm pretty sure they were the one who had it. They picked or read Son of the Storm the last time I had to do Goodreads scroll. Anyway, Transcendent Kingdom. Also want to read it. Jasmine Throne. Fantastic. Oh. Do I own Saga Volume 6? I don't even know. Let me go check. Thank you, potentially, Ashley, for putting a graphic novel on this list. Ow. Oh my god. This is amazing. Thank you to Ashley from Bookish for marking Saga as read. I just realized you probably didn't hear what I just said because I didn't have my mic on. Thank you to Ashley from Bookish for marking Saga as read. This is the last volume that I own of Saga. I know it has at least 8 volumes. Anyway, I've enjoyed this a lot. I'm going to need a recap because it's been a hot minute since I read it, the comic. Saga is a sci-fi graphic novel series that follows 2 individuals from entirely different worlds who are at war with each other, but they fall in love and have a baby. And so basically they are like enemy number 1 to the whole universe, or this whole like war situation. And this is volume 6. Yeah, I don't remember where this left off at all, so I'm going to need some sort of a recap. But I'm excited to read this, excited that I have a graphic novel, make my life nice and easy. Okay, well, we have to thank Ashley again because the next book, I'm not still screen recording, but the next book would have been The Dark Prophecy, The Trials of Apollo 2, and I read the first book years ago, and I'm planning to continue my reread of the entire Riordan verse before continuing on with Trials of Apollo. So thanks, Ashley. That was a great pick. Hopefully final pick will be BIPOC author. For my last spin, I think the only thing I don't want is red, obviously. I don't think I want a middle grade either. There's just nothing on my radar currently that I want of a middle grade. I'm definitely feeling adult fantasy at the moment, so hopefully I don't spin that, but we'll see. Pink. Okay. Double spin again. Weird, but I guess that'll just make next month interesting. The final spin, I don't even remember what the prompt was. Oh, I think it was BIPOC author. That was definitely it. I know this audiobook is coming in, so it was a nice and easy choice, but it is crap. What's the second book called? The Broken Kingdom? Oh, my bookmark is in it still from last time. Yes. The second book of the Inheritance trilogy is called The Broken Kingdoms. Again, a goal is to keep continuing on series and finishing them out. This series is a trilogy, but they are like more interconnected with certain overlapping characters, but like the storylines don't line up, or like I'm pretty sure this is set like 100 years in the future or something like that. I really liked the first book. It was really weird, but really cool. Definitely very N.K. Jemisin. My audiobook says it's going to be available soon. So, nice and easy choice. Series continuation. Thanks to the wheel for that prompt. And hopefully I can finish out this series this year as well. I think in the future, for the rest of these videos, I will mention the other books I plan on getting to, but I have no plans other than catching up on videos and yeah, just seeing what feels right. The last 2 months of the year were really, really rough on me, so I'm going to take it easy. Sometimes I try and go out swinging with January, but we're okay. We'll take our time with it. But that was my TBR. I'm excited to be filming again, excited to be hopefully posting consistently, and let me know some of your reading plans for January. Yeah, that's exciting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Bye.